Hey folks, Jason with Three Sons Junk Removal and Dumpster Rentals, and we are on a brand new project with a brand new client. Before we unload the excavator here, we're going to give you a walkthrough of exactly what this project entails and consists of. So this client reached out to us because on this section of property right in front of their house, there's a bunch of downed trees, logs, and unprocessed firewood rounds that were left behind from the previous owner. And our client really wants to landscape this area of the property to add some curb appeal to their beautiful home. So you can see there's some pretty big chunks here, some pretty big logs, and pretty big rounds of unprocessed firewood. And in the back here behind the garage, you can see under that blue tarp is a huge pile of firewood that we got to remove from the property as well. And behind these little maple tree saplings is an old rotted tree stump that the client wants hauled out of here. Okay, you can see we got started and we made a pretty big dent getting some of the firewood rounds and lumber out of there. And the client asked if while we were here, we can cut down these two tall skinny cherry trees for them because it's right in the middle of everything here. So we're gonna cut these down, leave about 4 foot of height on the stump, and then pluck it right out of the ground with our excavator. We'll show you how we get that done. Okay, I made my notch in my back cut. I got the excavator bucket behind this tree, not even leaving against it, but just there, just for cheap insurance that it doesn't fall backwards. But you can see here it's pushing over really easy. And now we're just tearing that stump right out of the ground so they don't even have a stump to worry about for their landscape project. We're shaking the soil off of it to fill that hole where the stump came out of. And we're gonna toss this stump right off to the side into the pile because it's gonna get hauled off the property with the rest of the debris. Okay, we sped up this section of the video here of us just loading up some of the firewood, logs, and trees that are down here. We didn't want to bore you too much with just, watching the excavator do the loading, so we kind of sped it up. It's pretty cool. And then from here, we're going to take this load out to the recycling facility where they process all of that stuff and make it into mulch. So here we are at that facility here, and it takes all these old tree stumps and unused wood and lumber and mulches it up into garden mulch, as you can see in the big mountains of it back over there. So we're gonna get this load dumped off for our client, and at some point it's gonna become mulch as well and be kept out of our landfills, which is really cool. So let's get this dumped off and head on back because we have a lot of work ahead of us. Okay, you can see here there's a big section of tree that was not cut up. I'm cutting this section in half because it's gonna make it a little bit easier to manage with the excavator loading up. And it's also, I'm gonna stack it right next to each other in the excavator so it takes up less room and I can fit more debris inside of there for the next load to be hauled off. You can see I left my coffee on the fender there, totally forgot about it till I saw this video. And here you can see the size of this lumber here. It's actually pretty big sections, but our excavator makes really light work out of this, makes the job go by a lot quicker, more efficiently, and a lot safer than doing this all by hand. So this section is pretty much done. Let's tackle the back side of the property where that firewood was under the tarp. You can see we removed the tarp because that's going to allow us to air out a little bit for an hour or so, but it's also going to allow all the little critters that have made this their home an opportunity to make a run for it before we start hand loading this firewood. Probably a ton of spiders, rodents, and snakes in here, so let's give them a chance to get on out of here. Okay, you can see this project is done. This was a big project that was a lot of fun with a lot of debris here. We got it all hauled off, and that's where the two cherry trees were standing right next to the garage. We got those out of here for the client as well. We leveled everything off nice and neat. They got a nice clean slate to work with here for their landscape project. They're super excited to get started. We're gonna walk to the back here just to do a walkthrough. We'll show you that pile of firewood where it once was. We got all of that loaded up as well and hauled out of here. And we blew this area off really nice. We'll take a walk back up to the front side of the property where you saw all the big pile of wood before. Do a walkthrough real quick, make sure we didn't leave nothing behind. Nice and level here. This is gonna be a really nice section of property. Once they get it landscaped, it's already looking so much better. So if you have a project like this in mind, give Three Sons Junk Removal a call today. You can reach us at 845-533-3080 or hop on over to our website, which is www.threesonsjunk.com. There's a whole list of services we offer besides junk removal. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, where we post videos and pictures of our quality work almost daily. Have a great day.